Hi guys and welcome back. Let's do a recap together of lesson 19. Now this is a great lesson for pronunciation. We're going to look at all the vocabulary referring to cinema and also the commonly mispronounced landmarks in London. So I'm going to use this lesson as a pretext to help you already learn how to pronounce some famous places in London, because at some point you may want to visit London, and many of the famous landmarks or places that you will visit are quite difficult to pronounce. So I'd like to focus on that today also. So there's a cultural aspect in today's video, and at the end we will review some of the prepositions of time in, at, on, which you will have also discovered through the grammar video of today's lesson. So, vocabulary referring to cinema or cinema. So here, this is something that my students are very used to. It's something that you will become familiar with throughout these videos. I very often like to write the phonetic transcription of words. Now, I use the IPA, I use the International Phonetics Alphabet in class, but in these videos I like to simplify it so that you don't have to learn about this, new language, the IPA, its symbols, how it works. You just have to look at the way it sounds. That's what a phonetic transcription is. It's not to make it more complicated, it's to just help you remember how things are pronounced. So here, this isn't a phonetic transcription, it's a phonetic transcription. Okay, it's a way of memorizing. So the word cinema can also be pronounced cinema. So here you can write it down. You can either copy that phonetic transcription if it's how you would remember the pronunciation, but you can also find your own interpretation. So cinema or cinema is quite British. You say, I'm going to the cinema, I'm going to the cinema. But the American version, so American English, that is something, once again, if there is a difference to be made, I will introduce it in the recap video. I, as you all know, speak British English, but if there is something that is different in American English, I will highlight it and I will tell you so that you can choose. You can speak American English if you prefer, or British English. The main difference is with a few spelling differences and a few words that differ slightly. But otherwise we, understand each other. These aren't dialects, we speak the same language. But if there is a difference in pronunciation or a difference in vocabulary, I will tell you. So here, cinema. In the States, you would go to the movies. Let's see some more vocabulary related to cinema. Subtitles, original, version, agency. Now, agency isn't about movies, I know, but I've put it in the list because of the sound j. I know this sound requires a little extra work, so agency, repeat after me. Agency is like the word we just saw before, original, j, original. Repeat after me, agency, original. The prepositions with and without, admission, accue, to show, all around the world, a cinema complex. Now let's look at London landmarks or famous places that people generally mispronounce. So the pretext today is Leicester Square. Leicester Square is the landmark that appears in the dialogue, and now I'm going to give you several others. We're not going to see them all because I know that there are many more. So this is something that you will see again in a different recap video. We'll carry on with this list later on. So for today, let's look at these. So they will come up on the screen now with the phonetic transcription. So Leicester Square, we can transcribe like this: Leicester, Leicester Square. Piccadilly Circus. Now Piccadilly, that's easy to pronounce, Piccadilly. Circus, some of my students like to say circus. Nope, it is circus. So repeat after me, Piccadilly Circus. Tottenham Court Road. Tottenham Court Road. Repeat after me. Tottenham Court Road. Marylebone High Street. Marylebone High Street. Shaftesbury Avenue. Chiswick. Southwark. Here we have two pronunciations possible. You can choose. You can say Greenwich or Greenwich. Greenwich, Greenwich. Soho, I mentioned this in one of our previous videos. Soho, so two gliding vowels. Soho, Soho. Borough Market, Borough Market. Buckingham Palace. And finally, Trafalgar Square. I hope you enjoyed that. Do watch the video again if it was a little fast-paced. Do get some practice. And now let's look at today's grammar point. Just like in previous videos for grammar, I don't go through the whole grammar point with you. You have the grammar video for that. What we do together is we just run through some of the key examples. I've put the sentences up here on the screen with a gap, and you have to fill them in with the right preposition. So here the preposition would be in, at, or on. Let's see some examples. See you on Monday. See you at 2 p.m. See you at Christmas. See you on Christmas Day. He was born in the 90s. In 2018. On March 26th. At night. In the morning. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.